Welcome to the darkness.
We're live.
We're
Hey.
live. I'm
What an
alive.
awesome entrance.
I know.
I like
Star
that.
Fox, he made that for us, and his work is just amazing. I love it.
That
I
is
love
cool.
the Star Fox. He's amazing.
Yes, he's amazing.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
up, guys?
This is our first live, right?
It is. Hey, Pac-Man. Woo! He's in the house.
Izzy.
Pac-Man.
Hey.
It is our first live on a Monday night. I'm like, why? Why
It's
not?
weird.
Let's just
Why
go
not?
live. You know?
It's weird to me.
I'm doing a show with Trista tomorrow, just so y'all know. It's we're starting our new show with her, and we're not going to go live for a little while until she's real comfortable. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, you guys are going to have to tune into that one. I'll have it up tomorrow night, but yeah.
Awesome.
So how'd your week go, Doc? Jess?
My week was amazing. Went to go see my grandkids in California and my daughters, and I went to go see my wife's uncle. And it was an amazing vacation. Got to see everybody. Got to play Hot Wheels with the grandkids, and yeah, it was so cool. We went to a little makeshift carnival that they put up over in Fresno, and we had a blast. The grandkids got on ponies and did some face painting, and it was just an amazing time.
Aw, that's so nice. Jessie?
I decided to do a home project.
Oh.
And this home
Sure.
project had invaded my whole weekend and then some. But I kind of like the results. I may or may not share, but I did repaint my bathroom.
Nice.
I went from I swear to God, it's like a lime green. It's like the spirit of my mother-in-law and her lime green kitchen decided to come through. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just honor her because that was one of her favorite colors. And then I just couldn't take it anymore. I just said, Ma, I love you, but this green has got to go.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot in a space. Accents maybe, but yeah.
You know, she made it work though, you know, when she had this house originally, her and Dad, but you know, it was just time for a change. And so yeah, that's what I did. Nothing
All right.
else.
What did I
Very
do?
good. And what did you do, Colleen?
I've been busy the last couple of weeks winterizing, getting water heaters hooked up, and you know, like getting everything ready for all of the livestock in the house, getting the sprinklers blown out and this done and that done. And then I went to enjoy my hot tub the other night, and it's stuck on 99, and I can't get the temperature up. And so I had $200 today for the guy to come out and look at it. And he goes, I think it's the little control panel. He goes, but I'm not sure, but we can start there. He goes, otherwise it's like $1,000.
Oh, okay.
So what you're saying is you have 99 problems.
I do. So since I'm not working right now, I am not buying the panel. I did find it online for like $250. I'm not going to buy it until until we're back to work. But hey, mud lover. So I thought tonight we don't have, and if you guys are watching this and you have any first responders who want to be a part of the show, we would love it. We're having, it's a difficult time of the year to get people booked for the show, but we would love more first responders to come onto the show and talk about their jobs and how they dealt with the stress. So putting that out there to the universe that we need people onto the show.
Yeah.
But tonight, go ahead, Jess.
Oh, I was just saying, and it doesn't have to be like the stress of the job or anything. It can be funny stories,
Funny stuff.
just anything that, can bring some light to a lot of things. And yeah, so.
I have a friend who has paranormal stories from the prison system.
Ah, that would be great.
That would be ideal for our Halloween
Oh
themed
boy, if you
time.
can get him.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. He is a good guy. He is out of California. We went to the academy together back in the day. Good guy.
So how was the academy back in the day? Everybody talks about back in the day.
It was almost like boot camp. They were able to stop you at any time, inspect you, and make you, work out and drop down and give you push-ups. It was they tried to make it paramilitary.
Was it like, holy Jesus?
What is that, Private Pile? A jelly donut?
A jelly donut?
They tried to make it that way. Some of us who had gone to boot camp before that kind of laughed, and there were some people that were afraid. I got to give them that. There were some people that weren't military, and then there was some of us that were military, and we just kind of giggled our way through it.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Already been through the worst part.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, that's crazy.
Do you have any funny boot camp stories? I've got a few.
Funny boot camp stories. Well, I don't know about funny, but
No.
I remember, there was this one time that they couldn't bounce a quarter off my bed, and they sent me out at night, and they instead of like when everybody goes to bed, anybody who messed up, they used to send you out to the grinder, which was just all asphalt, and the Navy SEALs would come in from Coronado Island, and they
destroy your life for an hour.
I wish it was just an hour. They put a whipping on us till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And then we'd come back and try to sleep for 3 hours, and there was this one guy I remember, Carter, big buff guy, and they were picking on him because he was so big, and they had sent him out there. I think it was like 4 nights in a row, and then the 5th night he couldn't get out of bed. He could not walk. He could not do anything. They had worked him that bad, and he still graduated with us. They took pity. They took pity on him and let him sleep in for a couple of days. But that was enough to make me learn. You could bounce anything off my bed. It could have been dust after that, but it would sit there bouncing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You're gonna learn today."
Oh, I learned that night. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, my dad, I had to bounce quarters off my bed when I was starting about 10 or 11.
You see,
to go out.
And people used to say I was strict with my kids and whatnot, and I did the same thing to them. I mean, we made a game out of it, and I remember.
I don't think it was a game. It wasn't a game.
Well, my kids thought it was a game, and I remember just needing some time to myself and kind of tying them up and putting them in a closet and playing POW, and whoever got out first, was the winner. And Dad sat in the living room. But again, this was back in the 80s and 90s, so this was before it was child abuse, and it was just good old fun back then.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't have any boot camp stories, but I mean, the only thing I can say is going to the mountains, and my dad has been partaking in the sudsies and getting stuck in the middle of the mountains. Yes. We didn't get home until 6 a.m. We decided Sunday we were going to go for a drive. This is our normal thing. And Dad would let us sit on his lap, and he would operate the gas and the brake and everything. And we would here's little 8-year-old me going,
But that was the norm back in the day. I remember, and my dad, rest in peace. He used to load all the 10 kids in the back, 10, 8, close. All the kids in the back get a 12-pack. Him and my mom would cruise around. We'd be in the back of the truck in the camper, hanging out the windows and waiting for Dad to get drunk so he could pull over and buy us chips and candy. Because if it wasn't for the alcohol, we probably wouldn't get nothing. But yeah, it was. Boy. That was that's just the way it was,
So it's for sure.
Yeah, Jesse, we grew up in the Sierra Nevadas, so we were in the mountains. That's where we lived. And we had logging roads, like old.
Oh yeah.
There were the roads that they were building for doing different timber sales, and so the roads stayed. Sometimes they would burn them, which made them even funner on your four-wheeler to go over the berms as fast as you can. And I remember we got all drunked up one night. There was a place called Fleming Meadows where I grew up. If anybody watches this, leave a comment if you partied at Fleming Meadows, because it was off the hook. And so anyway, we'd take the quads. Back in the day, it wasn't quads, it was three-wheelers.
Yeah.
And they're really unstable.
Yeah.
And you'd hit those berms just right, and they'd do a loop-de-loop with you. And I remember one time Susie did that. My girl, my best friend, and it came down and it just split her wide open. Like,
oh my gosh.
It's just like she had a skull fracture and everything. She was so inebriated she didn't even know it. She just picked herself up, got back on the three-wheeler, and we're like, "No, you got to go to the hospital." She said, No, she's fighting with us. Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, some of the stuff you do when you're younger, how did we live it? Through it.
How did we survive it?
I know.
I don't know. It's sometimes I was thinking, it's funny because I was thinking about it today, and I was like, there were times that we would be driving back from our weekend excursion in the mountains, and my dad is totally, now rest in peace, my father, but he's like totally trashed, him and my mom. And I just don't know. And then of course, they smoked like chimneys. So, being in a 1956 GMC Jimmy, with my brother.
And back then it was roll the windows up. We don't want the kids to get sick. It was their
my dad, I will tell you, my dad, his favorite music was the Cars. We'd listen to that really loud, or Van Halen. Yeah. Or AC/DC, and so we're just like screaming down, listening to the Van Halen and the Cars going down this windy road, and we're like, it didn't dawn on me I could have died anytime. So
that's funny.
Yeah, we have a road that we used to. It's called the Divide, and you would drive it. You'd come down the canyon down to the American River, and then come back up the other side to get to the more northern part of our county. And so this divide is huge. And if you go a little further, there's the big Rubicon Divide, which is the Rubicon. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. The Jeepers Jamboree. The Rubicon Jeep was named after the Rubicon Divide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of Jeepers Creepers. I'm like, what?
No, it's called the Jeepers Jamboree. My dad used to do all the artwork for it. And it's limited to 500 Jeeps over 4 days to go over. It takes that long to go down the divide and back up to rock crawl and do all this. They have a helicopter service that's dedicated to plucking out broken down vehicles. And I mean, it's a drunk fest. But my dad would go down that divide in the Volkswagen that he gave me. So it's that 1960 Bug. We'd be going down it, and he'd go, and there's no guardrails on this damn thing. And it's like an 800-foot drop.
Wow.
And so he's driving it, and then he'd go, "Look, no hands," as we come around the hairpin. He's driving with his knees. He's driving with his knees. I'm like, Dad. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was a crazy man. He was crazy. But I have a story from boot camp, and I think Jess has probably heard this one before, but I'm not sure if you've heard it, Doc.
I think it keeps getting better and better each time.
So it wasn't really boot camp; it was A school, and we went to Millington, Tennessee for A school, and it was where a lot of the Airedales went. So it was like the air traffic control school. A lot of aviation stuff went there. So your A school in the Navy is your first school out of the Navy. And then you get stationed somewhere, or you go to C school for further training. And so I'm in the air traffic control school, and we're, you're hanging around. I'd say when I was in the service, probably it was a 60-40 split. It was pretty even on male to female ratio for controllers. There was more males than females, but it was pretty even split. And so you're in the barracks and you're split by floor. So the females on one floor and then the men on the other two. And you have your chief watching everything and, making sure, Yeah. And so, I'd go, so we were in Millington, which is just outside Memphis. And I'm a blues lover. Like any blues music, I'm down. Let's go. I'm there. And so every weekend, because I was there, I want to say I was there, I forget, was it like 2 months or maybe 3? But anyway, it was every weekend I'm in Memphis. And so one night I convinced a bunch of the guys from the barracks to go with me. I said, why don't you guys go? And they're like, blues, we don't like the blues. And I'm like, dude, you've never been to Beale Street? They're like, what's Beale Street? And I said, it's about 100 bars, no cars, and it's open containers. So you can go from bar to bar with your drink. And they're like, you had me at 100 bars.
you had me at 100 bars and open container.
I know. They're like, what? And I'm like, it's not just blues, guys. So they come down to Beale Street with me, and we're all in when we left the base, we always had to be in our dress uniforms. So we were in our whites. And so
it was like Top Gun?
Well, no, those are the officer whites.
They were in our Cracker Jack whites.
Yeah, but still, the guys look pretty cute. Anyway, we go down there and we're hammered, right? And so what did these guys do? I think it was like 5. I can't remember how many, but I think it was like 5 guys that went with me. We all rented a cab and then get down to Beale Street. And they are like hammered within like 2 hours, man. They don't even know where they are. Wow. And I'm not drinking like that. Because I go every weekend, and I was older. I went into Navy a lot older than these guys. You know what I mean? So I'm older, and I'm like, I've already been through that stage in life. I don't need to do this. So we're really hammered. And right down at the end of Beale Street is a park, like a town square park, with the statue of Elvis.
Oh, wow.
Jess knows what's coming. So it's like 1 a.m. The crowds are starting to thin out a little bit, but the blues bars are still really going. And these guys, like, they have to take a leak. What do? They lined up. And I'm like, don't. And they peed all over the statue of Elvis.
Oh.
And immediately, and they didn't see the cop.
That never happens.
I'm really mad that
they always show up at the wrong time. I mean,
don't they though? So they get arrested. I'm not arrested. I have to go back to the base by myself, and I'm like, what do I do? So the watch commander that night was just another. They'd appoint like a senior airman to be watch commander, and I'm not going to go to a senior airman and tell them because they won't know what to do. So the next morning I was waiting for the senior chief to come in. And so we're all in our lineup, and they're inspecting our uniforms before we go to the classroom, and they're doing the roll call. And here are these guys aren't answering. And the chief he goes, O'Hara, were they with you last night? I heard rumor you're going to Beale Street again. And I said, yes, senior chief. They were with me. And they went, he goes, well, where the hell are they? And I said, well, I believe they are in the Memphis City jail. And so I'm trying not to laugh. And everybody's really quiet and very still. We're all at attention, right? And he goes, and why are they in the Memphis City jail? And I was trying so hard to get through this without laughing. But I said, sir, they got arrested for peeing on Elvis. The whole unit just started cutting up. And he's screaming at everybody to stay at attention. And he's screaming at me. I had to go with him to the jail to get those guys out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Captain's
I will
mask.
never forget that.
Was it your responsibility to babysit them?
No, I didn't get in trouble for them going to jail. But he's like, come down with me because he wanted to know. He didn't know where to go. And I knew where to go because there was a holding jail very close to Beale Street. There's so many arrests, or there were. Anyway, so yeah, we went down there and bailed them out. And they did KP duty and scrub toilet for the whole rest of A school, man.
Wow.
That was it. They cleaned those barracks with toothbrushes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what you're saying it was the
And I
first
laughed.
time and the last time they went to that street.
I laughed every time I went by him, and there was
Oh, that's
No.
good. That's
he
good.
did
So-
yell at me for because you're supposed to protect your shipmate and do all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, how am I supposed to stop 6 guys from doing this? I'm like, I'm telling him no. I'm like, no, it's not a good idea.
So are you supposed to? No, you put that back in.
I'm like, there's only so much I can do. Okay. Yeah.
And you're like,
Oh.
no thanks.
That's
Teach them
good
to,
stuff.
Pee on
I know.
Elvis.
Great memory of A school.
No,
A
my
school
gosh.
was fun. I remember those days. I do have a funny story. It wasn't in the military. It was more of a newlywed kind of story.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh yeah, and yeah. I mean, it was a great time. It was a great time for us, and we were barely married, not very long, and I was having heart issues during this time for some reason, and they couldn't get my heart back to a normal rhythms every time. They would let me out of the hospital. I would be going back in because my heart would start speeding up. It ended up that they diagnosed me with, after a month in the hospital, with electrical ventricular tachycardia. That's way back when.
Mhm.
And anyway, like I was saying, I was newlywed, and my new wife would come to visit me in the hospital. Well, actually, she stayed there, and she stayed in the room with us. And as I said, we were newlywed. Did I mention we were newlyweds, right?
Newlyweds.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they had heart monitors all over me, and they were monitoring
no,
how
Doc.
fast my heart
You
was.
didn't.
And then,
It was a stress
well,
test.
I mentioned we were newlyweds, right? And
It was a stress test.
yeah, you don't know how stressful it became. But anyway, it was. Yeah, we started getting a little romantic, and we started getting a lot romantic, and then all of a sudden, the entire nursing staff, ERs, and everybody came rushing in with the crash cart, and
Oh, no.
we were a little indisposed, and it didn't dawn on me that we had a monitor on, but
Oh, Doc.
they walked in and they're like, oh, whoa.
Everybody just leaves.
Yeah, and the nurses, they all kind of did a about face, walked out. Next time, let us know and take the monitor off or something. And I'm like, my wife was like, there ain't gonna be no next time. And I'm like, oh man.
She was probably like really shocked.
Oh,
You know,
Of all places.
Stuff happens. I mean,
it happens. It's life. Yeah, Jesse.
it was that. Now that was it was funny. It was one of the
That
funniest.
is pretty funny. That's
I
super
mean,
funny.
What can we say? We were newlyweds.
Jesse, tell us your
Yes.
story.
Oh.
Huh?
Well, this all started back in 1900.
Uh-huh.
In the
I ain't
19
gonna give you. So when I was younger, we lived in Battle Mountain, Nevada. So my father worked down for the mines. My mom was kind of a stay-at-home mom. Ended up working at the senior citizen home. and I helped take care of my cousins. And so every day during the summer, we would walk over to the pool. And this happened all the time. And because of my babysitting, I was able to buy a little bikini for me. And it was the time when I was starting the little girls do, develop. So we walked over there, we're playing, having a good time. And this person that I liked, he's like, came up to me and he goes, hey. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, being as little girls do, right? They're all just giggly and everything. And he goes, you lost half of your bathing suit over there.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what? And I thought it was my bottoms, but it was my top.
Oh, no.
I was swimming around the pool, public pool, mind you, everybody, public.
How old were you?
With my little bitty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How old were you?
8, 9.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
A little bit.
Still,
I know it's super embarrassing, but you were pretty little.
Yeah.
My mom told me a story of when she and her sister went to the pool, and her sister was like 8 years older than her. And back in the day, you could blow up the inserts for the bikini tops to make it look like you had more than you really had in your bathing suit. Well, she jumped off the diving board, my aunt, not my mom, and one of them popped. So she comes out strutting.
She was lopsided.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, oh my God. And if you knew my aunt, she was like maybe 110 pounds soaking wet. She was a tiny little thing, so it was very
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that was pretty embarrassing for me. And then, around that same, you would think I would learn with things. So I decided we moved from Battle Mountain to Grangeville. And again, during that time, girls start wearing training, right? Mm-hmm. And I was being kind of teased.
Training.
I don't know.
What are they trying to train? Because they're there.
I mean, they're there. And
it's not like you have to teach them tricks. They're just there.
That happens when you get older and they start falling down.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
hey,
do your, hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? It happens.
I'm blushing. I don't know if you guys can tell.
So, back in the days, I don't know if you guys remember, but when you were in school, you had like your little cubby holes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I was being made fun of, and the boys back in those days, and Doc, you can't tell me you didn't do this, but they used to come by and flip. If they knew that you were wearing a training bra, they would come by and flip you on the back, right?
Yeah.
So I got tired of being made fun of because a lot of the girls in my class were not fully developed, but were not developing quite yet. Okay. And so I decided to go to the bathroom and take it off and just put it in my cubby hole.
Oh, no.
And so no big deal, right? So we go out to play for recess, our second recess. I think it was lunch. And I come back in and there was 2 boys and they were standing there and they were holding my training bra.
Yeah.
I was so mortified. I was like, how dare you get into my, and they're like, ha ha, yeah, Messi's got a bra, and yes, it was talked about in the classroom, and they would draw little pictures with big tatas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. School is just such a horrifying place. I just hated it.
Yeah.
For so many reasons, I hated it. I loved college, but school, hated it. But let me tell you, I was in trouble all the time, every week, every week, sometimes every day. So let me tell you, it wasn't all my fault. My best friend, her name was
It
Susie.
wasn't all my fault.
It wasn't all my
her
fault.
name.
Susie, I know, Pac-Man, what school isn't horrible. So Susie somehow brought out the demon in me every day. And we were together since from second grade all the way through high school.
Oh, lovely.
And then adulthood. I mean, we were just like, yeah, okay. She was the one who split her head open on the.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't even tell you how many trucks she wrecked. Totaled. Probably 7 or 8.
Wow.
Right. I mean, this girl, yeah, she was how I wish I could live. You know, I was always too afraid to, but obviously, because I don't know how she lived through all of that. Anywho, so our school went K through 8. Our little elementary school. It was called Camino Elementary. And like I said, we're in trouble every week, sometimes every day. Okay. So Miss Paiva was our reading teacher. I'll never forget her. She was like our English grammar reading instructor. And Susie and I just could care less about school. I mean, it was a social thing for us. We were just there to cut up and have fun, right? And so Miss Paiva got mad at us one day, and they decided to have us, it was all blacktop. Like we had all the 7th and 8th grade campus part of the school was trailers. We called it Porta Potty U. And so they were going to have a sweep in front of the reading and math room and all that kind of stuff, and kind of sweep with the big brush, the big brooms, and clean it all up because it was fall and leaves and all this kind of stuff, right? So, and those really long broom handles had a leather thong on them that you could hang them on the hooks, like in the janitors. Yeah. So I'm sweeping, and Sissy goes, "Hey, look." And so she's got her broom by like 2 fingers on the thong, and she's just like a propeller. And I'm like sweeping, going, "Susie." And just about then, the handle of the broom came off for the head, the big brush.
Yeah.
And it went sailing right through the window of the reading room, the English room.
Wow.
Like the big picture window in the trailer. I was laying on the ground dying. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. I thought I was gonna die from something.
Wow.
I couldn't breathe. And just about then, the principal and the janitor came by. I thankfully still had my broom. I had it flying because I was laughing so hard I fell with it. And they saw Susie just sitting there with the pole part,
the stick.
and they're like, "Oh my God." And so they called both of our parents and said, "We're going to let your daughters graduate 8th grade. And my mom went, "You want her another year?" Okay. The very next day they called our parents back and said, "Just get him out of here as fast as you can." We were so bad. Now you'd be arrested.
Oh yeah. And then charged with,
oh God,
damage to school property.
That reminds me of a story that I had from grade school. I think it was 5th grade, 3rd grade. No, it had to have been 5th grade. But I swear I wasn't a gang leader or anything like that. And I swear I wasn't a horrible child. But this one time, I was able to talk, I don't know, about 15 kids, all to bring. I don't know if you know those snap caps, that they look like little white
like little poppets.
Yes.
Yeah.
You throw them on the floor and they snap. If you throw one of them, they snap.
Doc, when you get closer to your screen,
I'm
okay.
Going in and out here. Okay, so if you throw one of them, they snap. Well, I got everybody in the class, well, all the boys in the class, to buy 2 packs and bring them to school. And on my mark, we were going to throw them at the teacher when she turned around on the blackboard. Well, they came with 30 in a pack, and we all had about 2 packs. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Needless
That
to
must have
say,
sounded like a fireworks going off.
no, there was a silhouette burned on the blackboard, and all of us got suspended, and I almost got expelled.
You mean they have like gunpowder or something? Or what do they have?
Yeah,
in
they
them?
do. They have gunpowder and little sand
Oh
in
my
it, and
God.
when you throw it, they snap. We're kids. We
I had
didn't
no
think if you
idea.
throw
Yeah.
30 to
of them.
60
You burn
each
everything.
times 15 at somebody facing a blackboard that it would catch him on
Oh,
fire.
did she
Nobody
get hurt?
thought that. She
Did she
didn't.
get
Her
hurt?
hair didn't catch all the way on fire, just some of it.
But
And then there
it
was
didn't
like,
catch all the way on fire, but
Do
just
not
some
do
of
this
it.
at home, kids. Oh
no,
my
do not do
God.
this. And rightfully so, I got
Oh my
suspended,
God.
almost expelled. But there
Oh.
they had to replace the blackboard because there was a silhouette burned of her
Oh my
around her.
With her hair
all of us
like sticking
got,
up.
yes, all of us got suspended, and some of us got spanked and suspended. And I remember that, yeah, they pulled out the old paddle with the holes in it for.
Oh yeah, I was very
six
familiar
of
with
us,
that.
they got
My butt had those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Six
People-
of us got spanked before we got suspended, and they saved me for last. I remember the vice principal, Mr. Hendricks, saying, "You get to hear everybody cry because you made everybody do this." And I'm like, "Oh wow!"
Man.
I remember
but
getting the paddle. Holy Hannah.
I wasn't a bad kid though. Honestly, I really wasn't.
Well, my spanking started with I went to a parochial school for the first few grades. Like I went through, and I think up through second grade. So it was like preschool, kindergarten, first and second. And yeah, so I couldn't, I was always cutting up. I was always laughing. And so they'd always send me in for a paddle at the end of the day. It was like, finally, my mom's like, why do you just keep beating her? Because she's not. And then I remember in first grade, they set me between these two little boys that were twins, and Derek and Dennis. And I'll never forget those boys because they got me in so much trouble because they would joke and laugh and do stuff. And with my voice, I get caught.
The double D boys, huh?
Mhm. Yeah, so it was bad. But yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
the things we kind of did, well, it was kind of harmless. So one of the things that we would do a lot, we lived close enough to the school that we'd ride our horses to the school. After it rained, when the track was muddy a little, and we gallop around it. And so the next day for class, there would just be all these divots of horse prints, so nobody could run on it. Yeah, after 3 or 4 of those episodes, the school came down on us, and yeah,
Wow.
my dad really didn't know what to do with me. He didn't, because I was very much like him. I think I was the jokester, the prankster, the cut up.
And that was me as well. I mean, I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't. I just,
Right.
could talk kids into doing stuff. And me and my best friend, one time, he got suspended, and well, okay, we both got suspended. But we didn't tell our parents. We acted like we were going to school.
Oh,
And then
clever.
we would, we talked to each other, and we told them, okay, tomorrow morning you bring hot dogs, I bring bread, and we'll barbecue. And we would light a fire in out in the country where we went to go hide for the day.
Oh.
And I don't even think we weren't even in junior high yet. But we seen the bus go by, but we didn't know what time it was.
You're
We
like-
didn't have watches. Yeah, and we're like, there's the bus. Okay, we can go home now. It was the kindergarten bus, and we got home a couple hours early and got caught.
Oh.
So we learned the second time we got suspended to wait for the second bus to go by.
I don't remember ever being suspended for all of our antics.
Oh,
I really
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I don't remember ever getting a suspension, and I can't believe I didn't. I know Susie did.
Mm.
But like I said, the whole broom thing, I'm on the ground with my broom. I was crying, laughing so hard. It wasn't me. So what are they going to do? But the
Yeah.
two of us together were trouble.
Yeah.
And
me and-
then as we got older and we were going out to the bars and stuff, ooh, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So I'm just saying,
So you calm down just a little.
God, just a little bit. Just a little.
I think most people like us end up going into the military.
I know.
Me and Sean both ended up going into the military, and
Jesse,
I
you were a
didn't go
good
in the
girl.
military. I was very naughty. I did get suspended a couple times. I got truancies. I drank in school. Try to do a geology assignment to present to your classmates about Egypt when you're 3 sheets to the wind.
No, not a good thing to do.
It works. I mean, and then yeah.
I have to say I never drank at school ever, never. I was really terrified of my mom because remember she was a cop, and her punishments at home were they were not good, and I lived in fear of my mom's most of the antics. She would just say, you know what, one more time and you're going to get the beating of your life, that kind of thing. But every once in a while it was bad. It was really, really bad. And when she threatened to take away my horse, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm done for a while. I'm done. Because but it was she was my dad. I just remember him being disgusted with me sometimes, just walking away. He couldn't say anything. He'd just shake his head. And that actually hurt more than
when they were
than anything my mom did.
Yeah.
Him not saying anything to me was the worst.
Yeah.
I do remember a lot of silent dinners with stare. No, she
wasn't horsing around.
No, she wasn't. Yeah. So
I went to high school. I think it was freshman year when root beer schnapps came out, and lo and behold, you get one of them 40-ounce sodas and just pour it straight in there. Nobody knew the difference, and
that's what we allegedly did.
And then California coolers. When I was I got out and I got a job at a gas station that sold liquor, and bad idea for a teenager.
You know what's crazy to me is we had Coke. Like my friend, not going to name names because I love her and she's still around. And she would bring Coke in the either vodka or Jack Daniels, and we put it in there. And it's crazy because we sit there and share this Coke, and there is coach out there talking to us of, how's your morning going? And then there's another teacher that was very strict, and we're sitting there just throwing back these Cokes.
Yeah, I don't know how all of us made it through. I mean, I really don't. Because then you grow up and you go, don't ever do what we did.
Yeah,
and then, so your parents get mad at you because you're doing what they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so my dad enlisted, I think he was 14 when World War II.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but he was already drinking and flying airplanes, and at 14 they were men back then already. You know what I mean? At 16 they were getting married, and they hit my grandpa lied about his age, said he's 16. And I remember I want to say it was 2018 maybe, when he had cancer, and he was scared to death because he looked at his DD-214 from the military, and he had several from all of these different stints in the military, and it all had the wrong birthday, but it didn't match his driver's license, and he was terrified that the VA would then kick him out of like all these services. And so I came clean to the doctor, and I said, look, he's just really nervous. And she goes, honey, they all lied back in that day. She goes, not one of, they all lied to get in. It was way different Don't worry about it. We'll just correct the record and go on with life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My grandpa Higgins did the same thing. He lied about his age, and he went into World War II as well, and Korea.
Yep.
So I think it was just something to do back then, because for one, it was a stable employment for whatever money they were bringing in,
Yeah.
and to get away from home, because there was nothing there for them. And it was obviously he wanted to serve his country. So
yeah.
I
asked my dad,
I convinced my mom to sign for me. I said, I keep getting in trouble. If you don't sign for me, I'm going to end up either getting in the military or going to prison. So,
well, that used to be the option,
and,
right?
and that was the option. That happened to my brother. They told him either you joined the Marine Corps or you go to jail.
Yeah. And a lot of guys that I knew that I went to high school with, that's what they did. They took the option in the military, and most of them did change their lives. Yeah. They really did. Some of them didn't, but most of them did. I asked my dad, I said, why did you join so young? And he said, I kept seeing the uniforms. They would come in to go out to be flown to wherever they were being dispersed, like in uniform. To get their orders. They would be at the park in Hollywood. There's a park down there, and I saw these beautiful uniforms, and everybody looked sharp and squared away. That was always this word, squared away. And he said, I wanted to be a part of that in the worst way. And that was it. Went home and told my grandpa that I'm going, figure it out. Help me. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm super surprised that my grandpa went into the Marine Corps, which, by the way, happy soon birthday to the Marine Corps, 250 years. Hoorah. So I wanted to say that out loud. But, I'm just surprised that he didn't go into the Navy because of where he lived. He lived in Maine. And Bath.
Yeah, that's right.
And Bath. It was Bath. It's not Bath, but it's Bath. Is how they say it.
Bath?
No, it's Bath.
Bath? I've never heard it called Bath.
It's like a fancy.
Maybe it's the accent. They take Baths over there.
Yeah, like the.
Listen. My grandpa is ordering a fork. And it comes out a different way.
Yeah.
And the waitress looks at you like, excuse me. And I have to explain that's not what he's asking for.
It's a utensil, ma'am. Yeah.
But he was also a dirty old man. God rest his soul. He would say, but if you're offering, wait until I eat.
You saw what I just posted on my Facebook about my dad.
I did not.
Oh, you did not? So
nope.
I do newspapers.com. This is not an advertisement for them, but I love it. I'm on it every day, researching every topic under the sun. So I pulled up my dad. And in one of the articles, because he just did so much in his life, he was in the newspaper a lot. One of the articles, he said that he was an airbrush artist for girly magazines.
A girly magazine.
That's
girly magazine.
Oh, like the centerfold and all of that stuff. He would airbrush.
It touched him up, or
nice.
Yeah, they always say get a job with what you love doing, and then you're never working. That's all I'm saying. I mean, good for your
I would walk into the garage and into the airplane hangar, and it was just centerfolds everywhere. And I remember being a little girl going, and my dad just smile at me and keep working on his airplanes.
Yeah.
Like,
don't worry, it's work, honey.
Time. Like, it was accepted. And then he painted a lot of the women on the side, on the nose of the bomber.
Yeah.
They had the women in the, he painted a lot of those.
Oh, how awesome.
Yeah. And I remember one of his best friends, this guy actually bought one out of the boneyard, brought it home, and they completely restored it. Right. And my dad was finishing up, and he was putting the decal, the woman on the front, right? Like, it's not the nose cone, but it's right off the nose cone.
Right. Yeah.
And I looked at it and I said, oh, that looks like so-and-so. Well, that wasn't the guy's wife. It was his mistress. And his wife went, who's that? I was like 6. And my mom goes, oh, I think she just saw her in a movie.
Silly child. go inside and play.
I don't know what she's talking about. Because it wasn't his wife on the side of the airplane. Not at all.
It's crazy how that was acceptable back in those days. And now it's like, if anything like that happened, I'm sure there are other things that they do, but it's like.
I had never met his wife until that day. Whenever we went to dinner or we went to their house, it was the mistress's house that he lived with, not the wife. So I didn't know who she was, and I just thought it was so and so. I'm not going to say their name because I don't know if there's kids out there anywhere.
I don't know if they're still together.
And my mom said later, she said, "You almost broke up a marriage when you were 6." I went, "What? What are you talking about?" And then she relayed the story, and I went, "I remember."
Wow. How awesome.
You were innocent, though. You were like, "It's not my fault." Oh, see? He was like, "We're talking about these paintings." And he's like, "Oh, boy, I've got a story."
I do remember, Doc will be back in a second. I do remember my dad painting. It was a clothing store down on Broadway Street in our town. And it was a women's clothing store. And they wanted like a Victorian woman painted on the wall, you know, in the like with an umbrella, the whole, you know. And so he painted her. And I'll never forget looking at the painting, and she was very well endowed, like really well endowed. And I remember the owner going, "Tone it down a little, Bob."
Yeah, like, come on, back.
Come on, Bob. And he laughed because "You don't like it." She goes, "Just tone it down a little."
Yeah, not all of us girls have the endowment.
There he is. Let me add him back.
I'm back.
There you are.
I started laughing and kicked all the wires. Sat here kicking by myself.
I just said that you just got excited and you're like, "Hold on." I got another story.
Oh gosh, I don't know how we made it to our age now, but it was fun.
If we have time, before we leave and before we're done, I do have one more embarrassing story that happened to me. And I know I've told this, I think, on our other shenanigans show, but everybody wanted me to kind of retell it again because it was yes. Anyway, I have never been to the East Coast. And so my other half took us to the East Coast to meet one of his Marine Corps buddies. And we were flying out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And for none of you know that it's very humid there. And so coming from the area that we're from, we're used to the dry heat, not the wet heat, right? So we get out, get ready to get in to catch our flight, TSA, all that, right? And I have to use the little girl's room. And by this time that we get into the airport, I am sweating the most I've ever sweated in my entire life. I don't know where all this sweat is coming from, but it's coming from. And so I'm like, I got to go freshen myself up, So I do my business and I go find my husband. We're standing to check in for our flight. And I'm just standing there and he's like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just really hot. It's really hot." Next thing I know, this lady taps me on the shoulder and I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Ma'am." I'm like, "Yes." And she goes, "I've been wanting to tell you this for the last 10 minutes. And I'm like,
10
"Okay."
minutes. 10.
She says, "You've got paper hanging out of your backside." And I was like, "Oh."
10 minutes.
10 minutes she let you sit there in line.
And I'm thinking, I didn't do anyway. It was the toilet top paper
The toilet
that
seater
had stuck to my rear end. And apparently didn't go all the way down the toilet.
Oh man.
I'm just glad I was not wearing a skirt that day because
like,
who knows?
yeah.
I was super
Anywho.
embarrassed. I was like, I said, thank you. And she goes, I would want somebody to let me know if that is happening. And I said, well, thank you. But I said, it took you 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I know. Why didn't you tell me the first second you saw it? Just go up. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, how do you go up to and say, hey, you've got some toilet paper?
Yeah, I hope that like people do that for each other. It's like, don't be that person that just snickers. Go up and say, hey, you know.
I was mortified because there were other families behind me. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
thank you to the lady that told me.
Yes, whoever
I appreciate you. I'll probably never see her again, but
it's funny.
Bless her heart.
Yes, definitely. And airports are a great place to people watch.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. Because you get the complete cross section of life in there.
Oh yeah.
Everybody got an eyeful for me.
Oh well. Well, I'll tell you what, you get the women that dress to the nines, and then you get people in their pajamas and slippers. And
a tank top.
Yeah, it's crazy how people present themselves in public. Yeah. Like some people, it's like, are you kidding me with that? When they walk by, you're just like, really? I mean, it's the people of Walmart that moved into the airport terminal. And they just didn't, they went right through the checkout at Walmart and came right into the airport. And it's fascinating.
I'm waiting for Walmart to put a store, like a mini Walmart.
Oh, I wonder
in the airports.
That's actually a really good idea.
Hey, I'm branding that, by the way.
Oh my God. The Walmart is, I mean, everybody goes because they are the cost effective and you can go and you can get a little bit more for your dollar. But it's become one of the most, I try not to go in. I'll just shop online and have it brought
There you go. You have it delivered or you wait outside. I
wait outside. I go after work, park, have them bring it out. But I've noticed too, I've gotten other people's orders.
Yeah.
So you have to go through every single thing to make sure you're getting the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
although that was the first time I seen a Piggly Wiggly's.
Oh yeah. I used to shop Piggly Wiggly's. Yeah.
I didn't go in, but I drove by it. I was like, oh, there's a Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, they're all over. And then Best Foods mayonnaise, as soon as you cross the Mississippi River, it's called Hellman's. Same mayonnaise. They relabel a lot of stuff.
Are they the same ones that make the Miracle Whip?
Oh God, no.
Oh
no.
Please don't say you like Miracle Whip. Please don't say you like Miracle
Whip. Oh, it's so nasty.
Ugh. When I'm going to admit this. When I was a child, I used to eat Miracle Whip sandwiches.
Yes.
And maybe that explains a lot about my childhood. But
my grandmother
knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, my grandmother would sit there and smoke her Tarleton cigarettes and then eat Miracle Whip sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then in sweet tea.
Yeah, if I eat Miracle Whip now, I couldn't gag fast enough.
I can't even stand the smell. There is a gas station over in Soda Springs. They have a deli component, and everything they make has Miracle Whip in it. All their sandwiches, everything. I can't even go in to the gas station to buy like a soda because of the smell. It brings back. Everybody loves them out there. And when I asked, I'm like, is that mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? They're all like, it's Miracle Whip. I'm can't do it. So
yeah, that's a big negative.
Yeah.
And then my brother used to eat mustard and bologna sandwiches after school. That was
I can't say anything bad about mustard and bologna.
That was his favorite thing. And he'd do like triple or quadruple deckers sandwiches. And power those things down.
Yeah.
What was
it's OSCAR?
And my bologna has a second name. It's MAYER. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say
Because Oscar Mayer has a way with
has a way with the O-L-A-N-A. That's
Yes.
that is
We're old enough to know that song. We're old enough to, we ate fried bologna all the time and Spam and drank from a
fried
hose.
bologna
And
sandwich.
that's why we're mentally, defected. Disturbed. Something's wrong with us. We have a show about nothing. That's okay. We love it.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope you guys had fun with us tonight. We didn't have a guest. We wanted to just cut loose. And next week are we doing a kind of more of a Halloween thing?
Can I do a shameless plug?
Yes.
Yeah, Magic Valley Paranormal will be going live on the 24th at 7 p.m. The links are on Facebook under Magic Valley Paranormal. We will be doing our very first paranormal investigation guided by Pocatello Paranormal, and they're wonderful people that are going to come down and help us. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you all for attending. And if you guys want a link, please send me a request and I will be happy to do so on Facebook. Please like and subscribe to the Paranormal and the Magic Valley Paranormal Investigation teams. Thank you.
All right. And then another announcement to make. I've been meeting with downtown with the owner of Gate City Coffee down in Pocatello. We are going to start doing. They're just wonderful people. We did an investigation there about 3 years ago, I guess, and wonderful people. Absolutely love those people. We're going to start doing a live monthly psychic reading there.
Nice.
At the coffee shop. They have two sides to the coffee shop. We're going to take over one little section of the coffee shop on the gift store side and do those will be pre-purchase through Ticket Leap. That's the agency that we've used before for these kind of events. And then we're also, with his help, we're going to be doing a larger event kind of on a reoccurring basis. So stay tuned for more information on both of those, but we're really looking forward to it. So, cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening, and we will catch you Wednesday for our live show at 7.
We'll see you all there.